Hi, welcome to our studio. Today I want to show you my Maimeri Blu oranges. I don't paint with orange straight out of the tube that much. However, there are a few pigments that I really enjoy using, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm also including one earthy tone, which is burnt umber, essentially because it's a warm pigment that can reach the darkest tones on the value scale. And I just like to use this mixer when I darken warmer shades because it creates harmony. It is semi-opaque, and it granulates slightly. Just like other earthy tones even just from other brands too, when they're dry in your palette, it takes a little time to reactivate them. So what I usually do is I wet the paint in the well and then I go in with some circular motions to activate it. For me, Cosmotop spins from Da Vinci work really well for this. This brush's bristles stay straight and new for a long time. And this is my palette. As you can see, it's a very big palette. I like it because I have all my colors squeezed out and ready to use. And I think sometime soon I will make a video about all my palettes. I'll be talking about them and expressing my thoughts on those too. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below and I'll get to it very soon. These are the pigments that I'll be swatching today, and they are all mono pigments, and that's the particularity of this brand, Maimeri Blu. So we have burnt umber and then transparent Mars red. This one is transparent, like the name says, and it's basically like burnt sienna. I think it's a burnt sienna equivalent, but with it being an oxide red, it's way more transparent. And also in the brand Rembrandt, this pigment in particular is super transparent. And I originally discovered it and I started using it so much because in the beginning of my watercolor journey, I loved painting still life, especially food like cookies, croissants. This pigment was just perfect for glazing. Next we have Pyrrole Orange. This is super transparent again. This one deserves a place in my palette just because it's perfect for skin tones. It's just a perfect balance between red and yellow. And last but not least, Permanent Orange. This is also transparent, but it's slightly more, I want to say opaque, but it's not an opaque watercolor. Maybe a good way to put it is to say that it's a full-bodied watercolor, just like you would describe a classy red wine. This pigment feels very good on my brush. When I pick it up and then I put it on paper, it's such a joy to paint with it, and the color is just amazing. It's like that bright orange, juicy and great for painting flowers. Now I'm gonna have a look at my palette, and I noticed that I'm low on transparent Mars red, so I'll go ahead and squeeze out some. You can never have too much of your favorite colors, and this is definitely one of those. One thing you will notice is that it's a little lumpy when you squeeze it out, but as soon as I water it down, all those lumps will go away. If you like this kind of videos, please hit like and subscribe. This really makes me understand what kind of videos and content you like to see best. Okay, let's get into the swatching. This is transparent Mars red we're swatching now. It's pigment PR101. When it's diluted, it's nice and transparent, just like the word says. And when you lay it down on the paper, you can see how sheer this pigment is. This one is a really buttery one. Also, the drying shift on this pigment is pretty reasonable, and by drying shift I mean after the color dries, watercolor lose some intensity. Some pigments fade more than other pigments, and this one is just like as you would expect it to be. It also lifts quite well. It's just slightly staining. It's very forgiving and it's easy to work with this. Again, I love how sheer this pigment is, and if you had to ask me to choose between burnt sienna or transparent Mars red, I would definitely go for transparent Mars red. Also, the saturation, I feel like it's a little bit higher compared to burnt sienna. Next, I'm going to swatch Pyrrole Orange. This is the classic P071. It's transparent, and again, you really don't need that much water to reactivate these pigments. And there it goes. It's this beautiful, bright but not so bright orange, which makes it ideal for skin tones, in my opinion. You can keep layering this one without ever getting into the murkiness of colors. And also I find it very balanced. It's not too red and it's not too yellow. That's also very important for me. And the fact that it doesn't granulate, it's a big plus. I guess if I were to try to mix this pigment on my own, I would reach for some colors like raw sienna, and some kind of warm transparent red, probably permanent red light, and I have it in my reds. I have it swatched in one of my videos. I will leave the link in the description below in case you're interested. Now comes the juiciest color I own. Permanent Orange Pigment PO64. It's a benzimidazolone pigment. I have these pigments in my Holbein watercolors. I have their primary imidazolone yellow and the lemon yellow, which are both the same thing. Just one is a touch cooler, and they're very bright. They're bright, but they're transparent, which I love. And so no wonder why I really like this one. This is ideal for florals, and it becomes a very fiery orange if you mix it with some kind of quinacridone magenta. And not only that, but I use it also in skies. And how do I use it? Just to enhance the contrast with the blue of the sky. One pairing that I really enjoy, like it's really soothing to look at, is this orange next to a cerulean blue. That's just like divine. I love it. They really bring out the best of one another. One thing you may want to know is that Maimeri Blu pigments, they dry fairly quickly. So if you're used to pigments like Holbein or Rembrandt, these are the other ones I have, and so I can compare to them. Maimeri Blues dry a little bit faster. I'm now swatching Burnt Umber. This is the classic Burnt Umber. It behaves very similarly to other Burnt Umbers that I've tried. The pigment is PBR7 and it's semi-opaque. And when I paint, I have the feeling that it granulates slightly. This color is the perfect chocolatey burnt umber. I could totally see myself using this pigment just on its own, supported by a good underpainting, and I generally use it to darken some colors, like reds, oranges, yellows, the warmer ones. Now, how about we have some fun with these colors I just swatched? I'll just go with a wet on wet abstract painting demonstration. Yeah, I love wet on wet, and now I'm using cellulose paper. Keep that in mind. So everything is gonna be flowing super smoothly, spreading around the page. And I'm using a Princeton Neptune number 10. It's a round brush. This one really holds a lot of water, and I like its softness. It's very gentle and it feels like butter under your hands. Okay, the first stroke of orange is down. You can see the dispersion is just amazing. It really travels far. And this is exactly what makes Maimeri Blu watercolors so fun to paint with. They're perfect for this kind of abstract and meditative painting. Yeah, I should use them more often this way. When pigments disperse so much, you need to expect a little more noticeable drying shift. And if that's a problem for you, there are things you can do to limit that effect. For once, you could just paint wet on dry, so the pigment stays exactly where you place it. Alternatively, you can control the water that's on the paper. Make the paper not too wet, but just damp. You could also work with a thicker consistency on your paintbrush. It really all comes down to water control. Now I'm going in with some permanent orange so that you can see the difference between these two oranges side by side and the way they disperse. If you could only choose one, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. And if I were to choose, that's a tough one. I would probably go for permanent orange just because of the vibrancy. I feel like I could pull it out with mixing Pyrrole orange, but not the permanent orange, just because it's on a higher vibrancy level. I'm charging in some more pigment to see how it behaves, and unfortunately there is a little puddle of water. If I left it this way, it would probably create a bloom, and I'm not against blooms. I generally like them. They add something interesting to the painting, but I definitely wouldn't want to have a bloom on a specific mix or some specific layering wet on wet that I've done. And now look how they pour into one another. This is the real magic of Maimeri Blues. They move so much. Does any other watercolor brand do this to this extent? If so, let me know in the comments below. I'll be in disbelief, but prove me wrong. I'm happy if you do. Now I'm charging into this wet area some transparent Mars Red. It's a very orangey kind of burnt sienna. This could either be good or bad because with it being a mixer, you generally want it a bit more muted. But again, it's all about your preference and the use you make of it. Like I said, I would use it as a glazer, and I just use to enhance the vibrancy of paintings. It granulates even so slightly, but that's not a problem because it's a very mild granulation. Next one up is burnt umber. Burnt umber also granulates a little bit, and I've never noticed it until now that I'm playing with this color just on its own, and probably I didn't notice it because I always use it to darken up some areas, so it's very concentrated when I use it. Transparent Mars Red and Burnt Umber are my last two colors I reach for when I darken reds or oranges. The reason being that they're the last two colors on a temperature scale. Everything tones down, it gets more muted, and it deepens down, eventually ending up in a burnt umber. And if I want to take it even darker than that, I would then add some indigo or neutral tint, depending how dark I want to go. And now that the darks are into this picture, you can actually see how nice and fresh the two oranges look compared to the earthy tones. One thing that maybe I should say is that I like to use Pyrrole oranges for skin tones, and as a complementary cool tone, I like to use a turquoise blue, which in the Maimeri Blu line is called turquoise green. I'm gonna link the video down below in case you're interested to see the exact hue. And the reason why I like to use this color is basically because it neutralizes with the orange in a very natural skin tone looking way. It's kind of like when you look at the back of your hand and you see your greenish veins. That's the look you're gonna get. So very natural, and that's my preference again. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my other video, and I have 3 more MaimeriBlu swatching videos in case you're interested. You should go check them out. Bye bye.